bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the Miami Dolphins. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. From the 6. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Brady now on first down. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And Scotty Miller, nicknamed the Scooter by Tom Brady. Small in stature, a late-round pick, but he has an excellent knack for getting open and a lot faster than what people know. He's hoping to become the next Julian Edelman for TB12.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Brady now to throw. On the right side, this is Miller. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. Well, what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
Second and 10. From midfield, here's Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And give him a gain of 37. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And Evans calls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point up and good by Succop, and it's now a 7-0 game. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now Dogala. Got a man. It's the rookie Jalen Waddle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Throwing is Dolgala. Airing it out deep for Smith. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Dolgala. He's going to try and go deep again. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Dolphins. Mike Gesicki, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Takes it at the 7. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. To the right side, complete to Miller. A gain of 6 there on first. This defense for the Dolphins, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. From just shy of midfield, Brady. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 32-yard line. From the gun, it's Brady. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. A quick pass here to Godwin. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 22-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. first down. Brady going for it all. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Now Brady. This is Miller, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. This defense for the Dolphins, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Brady finding Godwin there for a Buccaneer first. Again, it's Brady. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. On 2nd down, it's Jones. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you, they started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And now a fumble. Brady loses the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Shotgun now for Brady. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there at 22. Now Jones. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are going to take the lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
This take it in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Ito Smith, his first carry. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're...
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. and their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a gain of 5, and it'll be a second down. To throw is Brady. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
A chance for Waddle on the return. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
A 1st down carry for Smith. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
And he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Howard, well done, and he's got to be excited because he missed a lot of the fun last year after suffering a torn Achilles back in Week 4. But his head coach, Bruce Arians, says the sky's the limit for him in 2021, having in the offseason.
He'll let one go deep for Howard. And got his man complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Brady. Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Noah Igbenogany. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Vincent Smith, the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Looking to throw. This is Smith with a grab. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. They'll throw now on the final play. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Smith. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Coming in to put a lick on it was Levante David.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they do the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
Hey, ball 66.
Now Brady. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Brady to throw. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Brady to throw on 3rd and 1. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down. They'll run it with Jones. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. A quick throw caught by Godwin. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On second down, it's Jones. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
55, Mike, 55. Hey, eat. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Mike, bye.
Brady going to throw. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Noah Igbenogany. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
Throwing on first down is Brady. And that's incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Brady. He'll let one go deep for Howard. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. O.J. Howard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the 3rd quarter. Succop for the extra point. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. We're tied at 28. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Now Dogala. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on first down. Smith breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. 30, 10, and he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory.
Let's go.
64 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a first and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now, because is he rewarding himself for a great run, or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Here's Dolgala.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal.
Throwing is Dolgala.
And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
The kick by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Bucs on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. It's a pickup of 6.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
He finds his target. It's Evans. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
That's on the guard, Alex Kappa.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
You ready? Hey, check back, check back. Watching your 5. Hey, Alabama.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Flush to his right. It's caught, it's Miller.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Here's Brady. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. We know it all too well. You give Tom Brady time on the clock in the 4th quarter. You're playing with fire. We just saw it.
Yeah, and when you talk about playing with fire, it's really more like a raging inferno when it's Tom Brady, isn't it? And you almost expect it. Actually, you know he's going to come downfield and score against you. But here's the thing. Can you match Tom Brady now? Because there's still time on the clock for a chance to come back at it.
Yeah, maybe that long touchdown, they would have preferred something a little more methodical, because you're right, there's still quite a bit of time. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. He'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, to me, there is no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. A give to Smith out of the gun. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. On 2nd down, here's Smith again. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point 4th quarter lead. They'll look to throw. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. They run the counter now on 1st down. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Working with his 2nd and 4. He's back to throw. That's complete to Smith.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Smith. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Got a man. It's Waddle, complete. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. He'll look to throw. It's complete to Fuller. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Second down and 3. Back to throw. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Back to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Good coverage there by Carlton Davis.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. Brady will take a knee here, and that should just about do it. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Buccaneers...